Sharks. And dolphins. They've shared the ocean for millions of years.
Dolphin right here.
But it hasn't been friendly.
Look out. Has he swallowed the dolphin, or is the dolphin hanging on his head?
They are tearing it up.
Watch your feet, watch your feet. Get out, get out, get out.
Now the hostile relationship between sharks and dolphins is finally coming to light.
The sharks are going to target weaker individuals.
They both have a set of weapons. They both know how to use them.
How would a dolphin avoid becoming a meal?
New research is opening a window into how sharks target dolphins.
What we have here are cameras that we're going to try to put on hammerhead sharks.
Who really rules the seas?
Over there, there's a dead dolphin corpse with sharks attacking it. They are tearing it up, too.
A dolphin, dead. A telltale shark bite revealed. All over the world, dolphins wash ashore, many with the same wounds. Are sharks deliberately searching out dolphins as prey? And if so, how are they able to get past the defenses of one of nature's smartest and fastest animals? Dr. Mike Heithaus, a biologist from Florida International University, has been studying the shark-dolphin relationship for 20 years.
When we first started our work on dolphins, we noticed they were avoiding some areas, and we didn't really know why. One idea was maybe they're avoiding sharks that could eat them. So this really got me interested in trying to figure out, how would a shark eat a dolphin? You know, is it brains? Is it brawn? Is it how they attack? And how would a dolphin avoid becoming a meal?
Mike's off the coast of Fort Lauderdale, looking for a dolphin predator.
How do you like these waves?
Yeah, it's a little bumpy out here. I don't think we can make it work.
Oh yeah, no problem.
He's with researchers Derek Burkholder and Kirk Gastrick. They're only a mile and a half off of one of Florida's most popular beaches, a perfect place to catch bull sharks, one of the world's most dangerous. They can reach 12 feet in length and prefer warm water shallows, where they sometimes run into dolphins. But how can you tell if a bull shark has attacked a dolphin? Shark blood samples could be evidence. If the blood has a high lipid content, it's an indicator that the bull shark has been dining on a blubbery animal, like a dolphin. To run the test, Mike has to catch some bull sharks. They set out a series of circle hooks attached to buoys. They check the hooks every 90 minutes. The lines are out. Now it's just a question of time and tide.
First line, you never know. No bait on that one. Okay, this looks very good. It's either on the bottom or we got an animal. So we've got a bull shark. But we only have 1 leader. And this other one's sprayed. Look out, watch your feet, get out, get out, get out. Heads up, wave. I don't think it's gonna work on the switch.
The shark's bitten through one of the lines and can break free at any moment.
If the leader breaks while we're handling the shark, it could be really dangerous because now we have no control over the head of a big shark that we've got by the tail. Look out. Okay, we've got a really nice bull shark here, and this is definitely the size that would be a risk to dolphins. And one neat thing about bull sharks is that, unlike most other species, they will go after prey that's close to their size. Ooh, I'm gonna give her measured tag and collect some blood. It's mature. Claspers are calcified. Got it? Okay, I got it. 250 centimeters. That's what, about 8 feet. So that's a big bull shark for these waters. I need a little slack.
Syringe ready.
And then we're going to collect a blood sample that'll give us an idea of what kinds of things it might have been feeding on. Oh, they're so slimy. No, don't roll. Yep. I'm off.
Can you go do it for a second there?
Okay, good. Good job, guys. The chemical signatures in this blood could tell us if this shark's eaten a dolphin.
Dr. Heithaus has identified one of the possible suspects. He now turns his attention to a probable shark-attacked victim. Moat Marine Laboratory Center in Sarasota, Florida. Heithaus, Gretchen Lovewell, and Rebecca Hazelcorn will conduct the autopsy of a dolphin victim.
How long do you think it had been in the water before it was found?
Probably at least a day or two.
How many bites did you count on this dolphin?
28 that we thought we could decipher.
That's a nice wide bite right there. And it looks to me like it's a fairly broad head, but then if you come down here, you can see that looks like a pretty good single jaw impression that's about that wide. That really looks like kind of two different species of sharks, or at least two very different sizes. I mean, if you kind of take the shape of that bite and the way those marks go into the vertebrae, I mean, I'd lean toward that being a tiger shark.
These wounds on the fluke give Mike a clue as to the shark's hunting strategy.
The dolphin's probably lying at the surface, and a shark sees it and comes up from below and behind. The dolphin never sees the shark coming. If you can take away the fluke, then you can come back and finish the rest off.
Dolphins may be targeted by sharks, but they aren't always helpless victims.
Both dolphins and sharks are really perfectly adapted for lives in the ocean. You know, take dolphins, they have these amazing sensory systems, and they have a really powerful tail and that blunt beak that could actually be used as a weapon. You know, sharks obviously have impressive teeth, but they're really fast with burst speed, so depending on the circumstances, one or the other might have the upper hand.
The Turks and Caicos Islands sit on the edge of the Caribbean. Here, dolphins are the aggressors, driving nurse sharks out of areas. One dolphin in particular, named Jojo, has gained a reputation of not just scaring sharks away. He's moved onto something even darker.
Jojo the dolphin kills a lot of sharks.
Dean Bernale is an avid sports diver and has spent a lot of time in the water with Jojo.
Jojo's definitely a partner. I can really rely on him when there's sharks around. He's there. When he was younger, he used to hide behind me. Now that he's older and larger, he's the one who sort of takes the lead when there's a shark around.
Dean was in the water with Jojo one day when the dolphin tried to kill a 6-foot nurse shark.
Jojo went out and he got a shark, and he brought it over to me. Probably, maybe 6 feet shark, you know. But then the shark keeps taking off. But the shark's not, like, tired, and he's taking off. And then Jojo gets it, and he shoves the sand into the gills, up against the coral head, and he's trying to suffocate the shark a little bit to slow it down. And he totally understands this. He's grabbed it by the tail and pulled it backwards a little bit to flood the gills the opposite direction. I know he's going to kill the shark eventually. So the idea is to take the shark away from Jojo. I know from many years of swimming in the ocean, a lot of years of experience, that Jojo the dolphin will kill a shark to protect me.
Most of the time, this hostility between sharks and dolphins plays out in secret. So Dr. Heighthouse travels to Bimini in the Bahamas, where sharks and dolphins are known to clash. His plan? To attach a camera to a great hammerhead shark and capture an attack on a dolphin from the shark's point of view.
The important information we get from these cameras is where the sharks are spending their time and how they're behaving. And kind of the outrageous hope is that we actually see interactions between the sharks and their prey. Every camera is equipped with a dissolving link, so it'll only stay on the animal for a couple hours to maybe a day or more, depending on which unit we put on. And then it's got tracking devices, so we can follow the animal when the camera's on it, and then most importantly, get the camera back once it falls off and floats to the surface.
Mike will be the one attaching the camera by hand.
We're going to swim up behind a shark that's distracted by the bait, pull it apart, slip it over the dorsal fin, and let go, and that'll hold on until this link dissolves.
The team finds a great hammerhead. They're the largest species of hammerhead shark and can weigh up to 1,000 pounds. Mike wastes no time getting into the water.
Ready? You can actually keep a very close look at their behavior to make sure we're okay swimming with them. A lot of sharks have normal behaviors. They can tell you if they're getting agitated by hunching their back. Oh, listen, that's a nice big one right there.
A 12-footer comes into view.
Okay, here we go.
Bits of fish are used to bring the shark in closer. It gets excited by the bait.
These are big, powerful animals, and they are super maneuverable, so you got to be careful. So we're going to have to keep working to get closer to those animals.
But getting close to a 12-foot shark might not be a great idea.
Watch out.
Dr. Mike Heighthouse is trying to attach a fin camera on a 12-foot hammerhead.
Okay, here we go.
He wants to get footage of sharks and dolphins interacting. But the hammerhead isn't cooperating.
Okay, we got it in fairly close that time, so hopefully we'll get that again.
3/4 of the way on the pole. We were just down there with 2 hammerheads. We had a few good attempts. We're going to have to make a couple slight modifications to the clamp, and then we'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Mike will certainly try again. Video of a shark hunting a live dolphin from underwater would be a first. But there's other evidence of these two species skirmishing. Mike and dolphin researcher Kelly Sweeting go looking for scars and marks on dolphins. Kelly's already taken hundreds of photos of shark attack wounds on dolphins around Bimini.
Dolphin right here.
You can just barely make them out.
Are there any patterns of where on the body you tend to see more scars here?
We've seen shark bite scars virtually everywhere on the dolphin's body. The dorsal fin, the pectoral fins, sections of fluke missing. You can see healed scars right on the dolphin's back, notches in the peduncle that we've attributed to a shark attack. The one area that we don't see scars is right on the belly. And that's not surprising, because if a shark does manage to get the dolphin there, it's probably going to be a fatal attack.
You know, I think we really underestimate how often dolphins are being attacked by sharks.
These adult dolphins are clearly in prime physical condition, able to reach speeds of 20 miles per hour. Shark attacks on them would have to be very cunning and deliberate.
Some people seem surprised at how often sharks might be attacking dolphins. But more so, people seem surprised that the dolphins are getting away, at least some of the time.
You see them? I can hear them.
A shark probably only has one chance to sneak up on a dolphin. Once the dolphin gets going, and if it gets away, it has a good chance of getting to safety.
But dolphins can't always avoid putting themselves at risk. This technique is called crater feeding. They headstand and use their rostrum, or hard beak, to dig for prey. Mike thinks this behavior could be an opportunity for a sneak attack.
So if dolphins are down on the bottom with their head in the seagrass or the sand, you could have a shark come down in that blind spot too.
After the dive, they look at their footage, amazed at how many dolphins have scars.
You certainly saw some, but then when you get in the water and you get up close, you know, just a couple feet away or even inches, when you get that view, see, look, big puncture mark, it's hard to tell, but that sure looks like it could be a couple big teeth, you know, those big, broad, cutting teeth from a tiger shark.
This is Swoosh, an adult female in the group. We've been following her since 2001, and she didn't always have that missing fin. She lost it in 2011 when she had her own calf, possibly protecting it.
What might have saved Swoosh and her calf is one of the dolphins' key differences from sharks. Most sharks are loners, while dolphins use a pack mentality.
Dolphins have a few things going for them that help keep them safe from sharks. One of these is their large group size, safety in numbers. More individuals to help detect the presence of the predator, alert the group, and everyone can try and get safe.
But the safety of the pod is put to the test off the coast of New South Wales, Australia. Here, a large tiger shark targets a group of dolphins. Photographer Peter Lorimer, journalist Neil Keane, and helicopter pilot Matt Erickson watched from the air as the shark moved in.
Neil noticed the shark under a pod of about 20 dolphins. The dolphin was part of a much larger pod, and that pod seemed to be staying with the dolphin for quite a while. And it was only after quite some time that the dolphin was left by itself that the shark was able to circle it and start its attack.
Without the safety of the pod, the dolphin had no chance.
At one stage, the dolphin tried to beach itself up through the breakers, and to my amazement, the shark followed it right in. It seemed to be like it was the last ditch attempt by the dolphin to escape. The shark just went back, waited for the dolphin to tire, and then moved in when it needed to.
In the oceans, size matters. Big shark, smaller dolphin, that dolphin is going to have to look out.
When it did finally come in for the last kill, there was a little bit of thrashing around, and the blood appeared in the water. I've never seen anything like it before.
The culprit here was a tiger shark. Could this species also be targeting dolphins in the Bahamas? Mike teams up with the Bimini Shark Lab to find out. The researchers corral a tiger shark. Mike wants to take a look inside the shark's stomach to see if it's eaten a dolphin.
Okay, we have a nice tiger shark here. Probably around 9 feet long. This is a size that would be a threat to dolphins. And we know that from the size of the bite scars on the sides of dolphins. We're going to try to actually lavage their stomach. So it's like a person going to the hospital to get their stomach pumped. We're going to try to gently flush her stomach to see what's in there.
Mike is apt to find anything. Tiger sharks aren't all that picky. They've been known to eat turtles, dolphins, and even humans.
First step is to flip the shark over and put her into a state called tonic immobility. So she's doing that right now, and she'll be nice and calm. This tube goes right in the mouth. We want the shark to bite onto it right there so that we can easily thread the tube down into its stomach. This will give us an idea of what it's been eating, and you know, if it's eaten one, we might see a chunk of blubber come out. Are you ready? There we go. So we checked the stomach and nothing came out.
No sign that this shark has attacked a dolphin recently. A tag, and it's released. The team decides on a new approach to find evidence of sharks and dolphins mixing it up. One that will put the sharks to work.
So to understand the interaction between sharks and dolphins, we need to know the areas where sharks are spending a lot of their time. We can do that by putting transmitters on.
A juvenile tiger shark is recruited for the tracking experiment. Minor surgery will give it a homing beacon.
Good to start on surgery?
Good to start.
Yeah, if you want to hold the tail so I can try to get this not very deep in here.
She's doing good. She's still ventilating really well.
We got the blood. All we have to do left is a pit tag.
It's okay, little vicious.
The hope is that it will swim past a system of underwater acoustic receivers around the island of Bimini. Shark Lab will track the shark and record if it heads into dolphin areas. The transmitter will remain active for the next 10 years.
If you follow enough sharks, you can create a landscape of danger from the perspective of the dolphin.
4 tiger sharks are already feeding back information. The data shows that tigers enter, and may even be targeting, dolphin areas. But tigers aren't the only shark that might go after dolphins here. Hammerheads cruise these waters too. Mike's back with his quest to put a camera tag on a shark and try to capture an attack on video.
Oh wow, it's right there.
Off Bimini Island, sharks appear to be targeting dolphins as prey. Dr. Mike Heithouse wants to film these predations by attaching a camera to the fin of a great hammerhead. His first attempt ended in failure, but he's back to try again.
Bugs worked out. Cameras are ready to go. Hammerheads are here. I'm feeling pretty good. Got it! But we need to get the VHF gear out and start waiting to hear if it pops off. I am very happy, but I'll be much happier when that camera is back in our hands. Because until we get the camera back, we have no data.
Now they hope the camera's release mechanism works and they can retrieve it. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, only this needle is moving.
Fire it up here. Okay, it's up. Now, we just basically have to wait. We'll hear the pinging sound and then we can go pick it up and see what that shark's been up to.
But if it goes after a dolphin, it might not come out on top. Evolution has given dolphins a few skills. Some seem like superpowers. Scientists at the Dolphin Research Center in Florida test the special abilities of dolphins. Emily Garino trains Jax.
So up here is a dolphin's dorsal fin. Jax's is going to look a little different than other dolphins. When he was a baby, estimated about 8 months old, he was found orphaned and injured in the Jacksonville River. He had been attacked by sharks.
It does seem like sharks get the upper hand when they run into dolphins. But not always. Dolphins have a special weapon, a sixth sense called echolocation.
So up here, this is Jax's melon. This is where when he echolocates, and this is a simulation of echolocation, what it sounds like. But that comes from up here, and he receives those signals back in his lower jaw here.
Dolphins emit sound waves like a sonar. The waves bounce back with information about what they hit. The information is decoded by the dolphin's brain, giving it a picture of what's ahead. They use it to navigate, communicate, and even stun and kill prey, and evade sharks. Dolphins Jax and Tanner play a game to show how it works. Can Tanner imitate what Jax is doing if he can't see him do it?
The question is, how are they imitating blindfolded? And there are two ways they could do it. One of them is they could recognize the characteristic sound of the behavior, or they could be echolocating on the behavior. That's their biological sonar, to sort of see with sound. And what we found out is they actually use both in a problem-solving kind of way.
Tanner's eyes are covered, but he still knows exactly what Jax is doing, every time. Echolocation can mean the difference between seeing an ambush coming and maybe turning the tables on a shark. That's what happened off the coast of Western Australia. A dolphin burst to the surface, ramming a milk shark with its snout. The shark is tossed like a rag doll and carried away to be eaten. This time, it's the shark that's on the menu. Unfortunately, sharks may have figured out a weak spot in the echolocation defense.
Echolocation's great for finding your way around dark or turbid waters, but it's not the be-all, end-all. It's kind of limited to a narrow beam out front, so there are these big blind spots that a shark can use to sneak up on a dolphin.
Even so, echolocation does help dolphins survive in the ocean. But sharks have evolved a supersense too. It's called electroreception. It lets sharks detect the electrical fields emitted by all living creatures, allowing them to hunt in the dark. Small black pores along their snout open into ampullae of Lorenzini, passages filled with conductive jelly and tiny hair-like cells called cilia. They can detect the faintest electrical charges emitted by fish and dolphins. Super sensitive, sharks can detect a current as weak as 1/1000th of a volt. Mike Heithaus and his colleague Steve Kajiora show how it works. In this experiment, they'll discharge an electrical current into a pool with bonnethead sharks.
And you're sure this is safe?
Well, you signed a waiver. What's the worst that could happen?
Electricity, water, cannon.
Drop this in.
The idea is to see if the sharks can find the source.
And on. Oh, the sharks are all swarming around. I love it.
You can really see him searching here. Right here, right over there.
Yep.
Oh, turn around,
Throw it
right on
on.
number one. Look at that. Yep.
Come on, oh, there we
yeah.
go. Good.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Sharks have electroreceptivity, and dolphins have echolocation. Who has the edge? Maybe it's a draw. But dolphins are mammals like us, so they have another weapon, their intelligence. Research shows that the dolphin brain is second only to humans among mammals. Can they outsmart the sharks? Sharks and dolphins seem evenly matched in their underwater face-off. But could dolphins have an edge when it comes to intelligence? Scientists believe dolphins talk to each other using various squawks and whistles. They're also self-aware and can experience complex emotions. Research on dolphins show they even understand math and can compare quantities. A dolphin is shown 2 boards with big white dots. It must choose which board has fewer dots.
Less. Yeah. Less. Oh. When we did the original study, he got about 85% correct.
Dolphins are smart, and sharks are dumb eating machines. That's the way we think of them. But sharks not only display intelligence, they've been seen expressing curiosity and even problem-solving skills. At the Pittsburgh Aquarium, Dwayne Biggs has trained sharks to respond and target a certain shape and color, same as dolphins.
Sharks have the ability to remember shapes and identify things. Sharks have to remember food sources in the ocean. They need to learn how to capture prey. So these sharks are actually identifying, and they know to go to a specific target in order to receive food. That shows sharks are intelligent.
But sharks have gone a step further. They've learned a kind of sign language, allowing human and shark to communicate.
So Ariella is actually giving a hand signal to the shark. They see that, they hear a little bit of water moving in her palm, and that's an indication for the shark to come over for a tactile session. We're able to lift the shark and roll over gently. Ready? So now she's going to get a reward. Nice big piece of squid or smelt or capelin. And off she goes. Public perception with sharks is these big, aggressive predators in the ocean. And granted, sharks are the predator, one of the large predators in the ocean. But sharks are very smart.
Smart enough to catch a dolphin, but are sharks fast enough? Dolphins are famous for their speed and agility. Mike shows just how agile with a group off Bimini.
Two assets dolphins have to help them avoid sharks are maneuverability and speed. Now, to show you just how fast these dolphins can be when they're not even trying to swim fast, I'm going to need this scooter to keep up. Even with the scooter, they could just leave me in their way. You know, one flick of the tail, and they're gone. That was amazing. Those dolphins are so fast when they really want to move. But what's even more impressive is their maneuverability. They can just turn on a dime.
So, dolphins can leave most predators in their wake, but not all. Mako sharks can match the speed of a dolphin and even surpass it. These sleek rockets with teeth have been clocked at 40 to 50 miles per hour. In Maui, Hawaii, Captain Steve Lawless watched a Mako attack a dolphin.
We thought what was happening right next to the boat was just a couple male dolphins kind of interacting, pushing each other around. But suddenly a big giant pool of blood came up right next to the boat. And we knew it wasn't another dolphin. It was a short-fin Mako shark, and he immediately bit the dolphin in the back.
Shark, right here. Come this way. Did you not want to fall in? This is crazy.
He's got the dolphin in his mouth. He actually had the tail of the dolphin in his mouth and was towing him along backwards.
Has he swallowed the dolphin, or is the dolphin hanging on the side?
We see a lot of dolphins out here that have marred dorsal fins. We estimate what they do when a shark is after them. They turn their back at them, and that's probably the safest spot for them to first get attacked at. If you get bit in the belly, it's not good.
Do dolphins have anything that tips the scale in their favor? Yes, they work together. The gang factor. More than safety in numbers, it's the talent to combine all their skills, speed, agility, intelligence, as one group. This advantage can be seen in a behavior called strand feeding. Moving as a team, dolphins drive schools of fish up on a bank, then deliberately beach themselves to feed. A bold display of dolphin superiority. Or is it?
It's cool when you start looking at the similarities in behavior between sharks and dolphins. If, for example, dolphins can herd prey up onto a mud bank, and the dolphins actually slide out of the water to eat them. It turns out that blacktip sharks that are about the same size can do just about the same thing.
So, both sharks and dolphins are evenly matched marine animals, well equipped to deal with their environment and each other. Mike's mission to gain insight into their sometimes brutal relationship depends on him retrieving a camera he placed on a hammerhead shark.
You just kind of go slow and look at the loudest signal in the direction of the camera. It's up. It is so much less stressful when the camera's back at the surface. Good job, guys. Let's pick it up. Camera's dry. Now we can see what that shark's been up to.
Dr. Mike Heithaus has retrieved a fin cam from a shark. It's his first successful deployment on a hammerhead.
And that is about as nice a view as you could hope for, because you can see the head of the shark, but you can also see a really good amount of the habitat. So you'd be able to see any animals it interacts with, which could include dolphins. Oh, we got a nurse shark right here, 2 nurse sharks. So this hammerhead is just cruising across this shallow, sandy area. You see the head moving back and forth. It's the kind of place that you'd see dolphins crater feeding. Oh, this one, got another hammerhead shark here. We didn't get a shark eating a dolphin, but we still got really important data. We're getting information on the habitats the sharks are using. We're seeing interactions with other sharks. So as we build up more and more information, we're going to get a more complete picture of hammerhead sharks as predators in this Bahamas ecosystem.
Mike will continue to deploy his fin cam to gather data about sharks and dolphins and their conflict beneath the waves. But maybe where they clash the most is in attitude. Sharks sink their teeth into anything they can catch, including dolphins, including us. Dolphins prefer smaller fish, seem to like people, and don't target sharks. Or do they? These killer whales are not whales at all. They're the largest members of the dolphin family, and extraordinary hunters.
What's really cool is that some groups of killer whales look like they specialize in eating sharks.
In the waters off Costa Rica, the roles are reversed in the conflict between dolphin and shark. Divers come upon a group of orcas going after a lone tiger shark.
Now, if the tables are turned, that shark might want to look out.
The strength of the pod comes into play. The orcas use their ability to work as a team. The hunter becomes the hunted. This time, the dolphins win. But as Mike has seen, it's usually the shark that comes out on top. Incredibly, an amateur captured a hammerhead assault on a dolphin. It's the most detailed look at a shark attack on a dolphin ever recorded.
Hey man, hammerhead. Holy, touched it. I got it all, right here. I got it.
The footage provides a never-before-seen window into the hidden world of sharks and dolphins.
This is really amazing. I mean, this is so scientists don't see this very often. This is a big, great hammerhead shark. Look at these scars on the dolphin. The shark's obviously bitten the dolphin multiple times. The dolphin is trying to outmaneuver the shark, but these hammerheads are really maneuverable and are able to keep swimming around. If we go back and kind of pause it, you can see, that shark is trying to bite at the flukes of the dolphin, which would disable it right there. If it were able to remove the fluke or most of it, the dolphin wouldn't be able to get away. You can see a little bit of the tail fluke's already been removed, just a piece off one side. You see it keeps targeting that fluke area and almost gets it right there. That just shows how brief a window we get into these interactions between sharks and dolphins. But when we put all the evidence together, we use the video cameras on sharks, the behavioral studies of dolphins, photographic evidence, stomach lavage, tracking devices, blood chemistry, we can really start to see that sharks and dolphins are playing a chess game.
For now, these two gangs of the deep continue to square off, each searching for an edge, each looking for the upper hand in this struggle for survival.